The air crackles as fiery bursts of color illuminate the night sky. Sparks fly, red, green, yellow, blue. Eyes are glued to the night sky above as fireworks splinter the darkness. It is the beginning of the Chinese New Year. In the United States, we celebrate New Year's Day on the same day every year. You know what day that is? That's right, it's on the first day of January. But in China, the calendar is based on the cycles of the moon. Because of this, the Chinese New Year does not always fall on the same day every year on the calendar we use in the United States. The New Year in China begins with a new moon, and the start date ranges from the end of January to the middle of February. Unlike New Year's celebrations in the United States, Chinese New Year's celebrations last for 2 whole weeks. Can you imagine that? 2 weeks of celebrations. The celebrations of the Chinese New Year, the longest and most important of all Chinese festivals, can be traced all the way back to the time of Confucius. Confucius, we just learned about him. For centuries, Chinese people have cleaned their houses from top to bottom in the days just before the festival. They bought new clothes, prepared special foods, and wished each other good fortune. That means good luck. At the beginning of each new calendar year. These customs are continued even today. The celebration begins with the fireworks displays on New Year's Eve, which are believed to scare away the evil spirits. Children are allowed to stay up late on New Year's Eve because they believe that every extra hour that they are awake will add years to their parents' lives. That means they think that if they stay awake late, their parents will live longer. Families gather to eat pork, fish, poultry, tangerines, oranges, dumplings, special cakes, and to wish each other good luck. Luck and good fortune are common themes or ideas for the Chinese New Year. The color red is thought to be a sign of good luck. Everyone wears red, and it's also meant to be a sign of happiness. Homes are decorated with red paper cut into designs, and happy wishes are written on red paper. They're also hung throughout the house. Children and unmarried adults often receive red envelopes with money inside. The people who receive these envelopes are supposed to receive good fortune in the new year. Dragons are another good luck symbol in Chinese culture. During the New Year's celebration, people dress up in red costumes and parade and dance in the streets. Red is often the most popular color for the dragons, making them especially lucky. The main focus of the 2 weeks of New Year's celebration is to prepare for a great year ahead. People believe that spirits are scared off by fireworks and banished. You should remember the word banished from the vocabulary words that Miss Ford gave to you. Banished means to be driven away or forced to leave someplace. So people believe that the spirits are scared off by fireworks and banished from homes, as every inch of every room is scrubbed clean. New clothes and haircuts give people a sense of a fresh new beginning. People forgive one another for past grudges. Scholars, grudges is another one of those words that Miss Ford gave us. Grudges are bad feelings held against each other. So the Chinese use this time to forgive each other for past grudges, agreeing to put their disagreements behind them. Some people visit temples and give thanks and pray for good times ahead. Friends and families everywhere enjoy relaxing together. At the end of the first week, on the 7th day of the celebrations, everyone has a birthday. The Chinese celebrate everyone's birthday on that day instead of on the day that each person was born, like we do in the United States. In China, time is measured very differently than it is in the United States. Their traditional calendar is called a lunar calendar. A lunar calendar is based on cycles of the moon. The new year begins with the appearance of a new moon. Each new year is named for a particular animal, like the rat, ox, tiger, rabbit, dragon, snake, horse, sheep, monkey, rooster, dog, and boar. A boar is another name for a wild pig. According to Chinese legend, when the Buddha was dying, he called all the animals in the kingdom to his side. Only 12 animals came. As a reward for their loyalty to him, the Buddha named a year after each of these 12 animals. On the 15th day of the Chinese New Year, when the moon is full, the lucky dragon leads parades all across China. Up to 50 people can fit inside that dragon costume. Inside the large cloth dragon stretching the length of a city block, bobbing and weaving their way through the streets. Cloth lions also symbolize power and luck. They nod their papier-mâché heads in time to the drumming music. Vendors sell dumplings and sticky rice balls stuffed with sweet and salty fillings to the throngs of people in the streets. The 15th day of the Chinese New Year is the day of the Lantern Festival, when thousands of colorful lanterns, large and small, cover the marketplace. Some people spend an entire year designing lanterns for a competition that would be held that day. Others write riddles and post them on their lanterns for a popular guessing game. When the light of the lanterns mingles with the light of the moon on this final day of celebrations, there is joy and hope for the new year ahead. So second graders, now that we've learned all about the Chinese New Year, I want you to think about ways that the Chinese New Year is similar to the New Year celebrations that we have either here in the United States or maybe in Ethiopia. I know that Ethiopia has some different traditions for their New Year celebrations. So maybe you can compare things that are similar and things that are different about these 2 or 3 different celebrations. Talk about it with your families.